When you stop chasing, things come to you. There's something curious. The more you need something, the farther away it gets, and when you stop chasing it, it appears. Everything comes to you when you let go. It's not magic, it's your brain. Your mind works like a biological radar, let me explain. It can only perceive what matches your internal state. When you desperately want something, love, money, success, your brain goes into threat mode, danger, urgency, emergency, and your amygdala gets activated. Your amygdala interprets it as, if I need it so much, it's because I don't have it and I really need it, so it goes into panic. It triggers cortisol, anxiety, and control. From that state, you make bad decisions. You chase after force and uncertainty. You exist, and right there you block what you wanted to attract. That's why people say, when I stopped looking for a partner appeared. When I stopped obsessing over money, I started making more money. It wasn't a coincidence, it was nervous system regulation. Letting go doesn't mean not wanting, it means that I can live well even if I don't have it, even if it doesn't happen. Then at that moment, your brain changes. You go from survival to calmness and security. You go from scarcity to sufficiency, from tension to coherence, and then your behavior changes without you realizing it. Then you speak differently, you make better choices, you stop needing approval and validation and all that, and you become magnetic. Because real attraction doesn't come from desire, it comes from tranquility. Intention attracts, neediness repels. Try it. Request what you want and live as if your life is already complete. That's when everything starts to move. What is meant for you comes when you stop needing it to feel good. Keep wanting it, but without wanting it. Write in the comments, I trust and let go. And see what changes this week when you take on this new attitude. This video will change your life. Today I'm going to share with you the 30-day method that reprograms your mind. Absolutely. What if I told you your life could change in 30 days without magic or cheap positive thinking? What would you think? Well, this is the system. Do this. Write your ideal life as if it is already happening. Don't write I want or I wish. No. Write in the present tense. I live in such and such place, I earn this much, my body is like this, my relationship is... Why does this work with your brain, with your mind? Because your brain doesn't move by desires, it moves by concrete instructions. When you write it in the present tense, you're giving it a concrete map. Even if you forget the paper, your mind seeks decisions, habits, and opportunities that move you closer to that. But there's a rule. What you consume builds you. So look at your history. Look at what you've done recently. Let's review what you've recently watched, listened to, and who you've talked to. That shapes your mindset and creates your current life. So for 30 days, do these 3 things. First, write down your ideal life, 1 minute a day, every day. 2, cut out junk content that lowers your energy. 3, make a mental movie on your phone with 10 to 15 images of your ideal life and your voice saying affirmations in the present tense. Watch it when you wake up and before bed. Those moments are golden because your mind is more suggestible. And be careful, this doesn't replace taking action. However, we're very used to finding it hard to take action. Still, this guides your action. It's like putting a GPS in your mind, then you drive. Write in the comments, I choose my future. And tell me what your number 1 goal is that you'll keep in mind for these 30 days: health, money, and love, or love. Your mind is very obedient, but it will only obey you if you give it clear and concrete instructions. 5 quantum codes to change your life quickly. If you feel like you're forcing things in your life, making affirmations, visualizing, putting in effort, and nothing changes, you're not broken. You're just missing one key piece: awareness. So today I'm going to give you 5 quantum codes to break out of the loop and speed up your results. Code number 1, pay attention. Everything already exists. Code number 1. Everything already exists. What you want already exists as a possibility. Your job isn't to create it, but to align with that version of yourself. Code 2, mind precedes matter. Always remember, mind comes first. Your inner world precedes the outer world. Before anything became reality, it was an idea. A business, a healthy body, a relationship. Everything was first an idea. It happens inside first, then it is reflected outside. Code 3. Time is an illusion. You are not months or years away from your manifestation. You are just one vibration away. When you change your internal state, reality rearranges itself faster than you think, faster than what is logical. It's all counterintuitive. Code 4. You are not your ego, you are the observer. Your ego says, I can't, it's not possible, there's no way. But you are not that voice, you are the one who listens to it, and that means you can choose another identity. Code 5. The most important one. Pay attention. Presence is the gateway. If your nervous system is under constant stress, your body believes there's danger, and from that state nothing is created. From that state you only survive. That's why. Rescue, regulate, lower the noise, and then intuition, clarity, and opportunity will appear. You're not here to force your life. You're here to align with your life. Write in the comments. I choose presence and alignment. If you want to better understand how to do all this, I explain it all in my book, The Conscious Wealth Manual. Write the word book and you will receive all the information. If you don't receive the information, connect with my WhatsApp. Code. Manifest a new life in 3 steps. Do you feel stuck as if your life is too heavy? I'm going to tell you something that could change everything. You're not tired because you lack sleep. You're tired because of all the things you're carrying. Imagine that you carry an invisible backpack every day, and inside that backpack, you put complaints, anger, comparing yourself, toxic conversations, disappointments, drama, fear, helplessness, many things you try to do and don't succeed at. The result: your energy gets drained even if you sleep 10 hours. Step number 1, check your backpack. Today, ask yourself, what am I feeding more, gratitude or complaints? And change one thing. Rather than focus on what you lack, name 3 things you have. Say them out loud now, pause the video and do it. That's not toxic positivity, it's mental hygiene. Step number 2, be specific about what you want. Many people say, I want love. But love how? What kind of relationship? What values? What routine? Many people say, I want money. But how much money? In what way? For what purpose? Because the universe doesn't respond to something vague. It responds to direction and concrete focus. Step number 3, focus on one thing and be consistent. If you try to improve everything at once, it's very likely that you won't manage to improve anything. Choose one priority, either health, income, partner, or purpose, and make it your daily practice. And here comes the real secret. Don't chase your new life out of desperation. Attract it from an abundance-based identity. Act like the version of yourself who has already achieved it. Speak differently, choose differently, take care of your energy, ask for help without feeling ashamed. And if there are patterns that repeat, the same relationships, the same problems, it's not bad luck. It's a lesson that your life is trying to teach you and that you're either not willing to listen to or not understanding. Your new life doesn't start when circumstances change. It starts when you change what you tolerate, what you think, and what you hold on to. Write it down in the comments below. Today I put down the backpack. And tell me, what are you going to stop carrying from today? You can also write it in the comments. Never feel ashamed again. Do you ever want to do things but sometimes hold yourself back out of shame? For example, uploading a video, speaking in public, going to the gym, asking for something, or starting a project. Shame is the most expensive prison you pay with your life. Because of the opinions of people who don't even think about you. Shame is a major limitation for manifestation, and here I'm going to tell you a truth. You weren't born with shame. A baby isn't ashamed. A child isn't ashamed. Shame is learned. They taught it to you with phrases like, for example, what will people say about you if you say or do that? Don't embarrass yourself. Protect your reputation. You're acting recklessly. And then what happens? You grow up acting to please others and abandoning your real self. Step 1. Get your judgment back. If what you do doesn't hurt anyone and helps you grow, who has the right to stop you? No one. Not your family, not your friends, not the internet, no one. Step 2. Forgive yourself. If you made mistakes in the past, welcome. You're human. It happens to all of us. We all make mistakes. A lot of them. But if you learned, changed, and today you're a different person, you've already paid for the lesson. Don't turn your past into a life sentence. 3. Step 3. The key to making sure no one can humiliate you is to own your story. If someone says to you, do you remember when you did that thing so badly, when you messed up so badly, and you answer, yes, and I evolved, so what? If you don't attack yourself, no one else can. Remember this well. And listen to this because it's going to set you free. The people who criticize you are also weird, insecure, and often very contradictory. Everyone has things they hide. Everyone has traumas. Everyone is afraid. So why are you trying to look perfect in front of imperfect humans? Besides, most people aren't watching you. They're too busy thinking about their own problems, their own stuff. So start today. Do what embarrasses you, but begin small and take it step by step. Are you afraid of making a video? Then make a short video or make half a video or something like that. Take action, no matter how small. Because confidence isn't something you're born with, it's something you build. What's truly shameful isn't failing. It's reaching the end of your life and realizing you didn't live because you were afraid of what others would say. Write down here, today I set myself free. And tell me, what are you going to do this week even if it embarrasses you? For example, I feel embarrassed to dress up in costumes. I have a strong sense of embarrassment. What things make you feel embarrassed? I also remind you, as I told you before, that shame, fear of failure, and fear of rejection are big obstacles to manifestation. And for you, the only thing that matters in this life is to manifest a fantastic and wonderful life. Go for the manifestation of a better life. Don't stop because of blocks like shame or fear of rejection. How did I stop feeling lonely forever? And you can too. Let me explain. Has this happened to you? You're surrounded by people, you see stories, commitments, plans, laughter, and yet you still feel deeply alone. You're not crazy. And no, the problem isn't that nobody loves you. Loneliness doesn't show up when you're alone. It appears when there's a big distance between the life you want and the relationship you have with yourself. For years I thought I felt lonely because I wasn't invited, because I wasn't chosen, because I wasn't there among the top group, because I seemed invisible, but the truth was something else. I had put myself below others. I saw others as more interesting, more valuable, more worthy of attention, and when you minimize yourself so that others will like you, no one can truly see you, you're far from your true self. Here are some key ideas I'm going to give you. First key, you can't build real connections if you don't choose yourself first. Loneliness is healed when you regain your self-esteem. Second key, loneliness is not other people's fault. It starts when you don't like yourself, when you don't know who you are, and you expect others to give you an identity. So I started with something simple but powerful, building a relationship with myself. Discovering what I like, what calms me, what makes me feel alive. Doing things alone, without guilt, without shame. Because when you stop needing others to fill you up, you start attracting healthy relationships. You fill yourself up. Third key, stop waiting for them to text you. You make the first move. Connection is born when someone dares to go first. And most importantly, find a purpose bigger than waiting for messages, waiting for someone to call you. When you have something to live for, loneliness runs out of space. Make something you love your purpose in life, enjoy it. I make videos continuously because I love it. Loneliness doesn't mean you're lacking people, it means you've abandoned yourself. Write in the comments to connect deeply with this video's message. Write in the comments, today I choose myself. And tell me, what are you going to do this week just for yourself? Let me know in the comments. Your life is your mind. Your life isn't what happens to you, but how your mind interprets and retains it. What you hold in your mind is what you'll manifest. So, if you want to change your life, you have to reprogram your mind. Listen to this carefully. You don't see reality as it is, but as you are. Your mind acts as a filter, shaped between ages 0 and 12. The phrases you heard, what your parents believed about money, how they talked about love, how they reacted to fear, all of that created your inner programming. What lives in your mind is what you will manifest in your life. This is important for manifesting. And that programming you absorb now decides how much money you allow yourself to earn, what kind of partner you can have and choose, how much success you tolerate, and even how much suffering you accept. And here comes the hard part. Your mind doesn't look for what's best for you, it looks for what's familiar. Even if what's familiar is scarcity, even if it's a bad life, it's what's familiar. Even if what's familiar is conflict, even if what's familiar is self-sabotage. That's why many people say, I want to change, I really want to change once and for all, I want to change now. But they keep repeating the same pattern over and over again because their desire isn't enough to change. Only what's in your mind matters. You have to change the program. You have to reprogram your mind. And this isn't just about repeating empty phrases. It's about installing new beliefs with emotion and repetition. How do you do this? 1. By changing what you consume every day. Your mind is fed by what you hear, see, and repeat. 2. By changing your internal dialogue. The voice you hear the most is your own. So the way you talk to yourself is the way you live. 3. Visualizing intensely with emotion. Your brain doesn't clearly distinguish between what is imagined and what is experienced. What you repeat with emotion, your brain absorbs as truth. Thinking the same way keeps your life unchanged, but changing your internal narrative transforms your identity. And what happens when you're capable, when you manage to change your identity? Your reality will have no choice. It will have no other option but to adjust to your new state of mind. Your life changes not from luck, but from thinking differently. You don't transform your life by changing the outside. You transform it by changing the operating system you carry inside, by changing your mind. Write in the comments, I reprogram my mind, save this video, and start today. Let me remind you that if you want good guidance on how to reprogram your mind and improve your life, my book Manual of Conscious Wealth will give you a lot of important information. Comment: why is manifestation always instant according to Neville Goddard? A lot of people want to manifest quickly right now, instantly. And they get frustrated because they look at the clock and say, it doesn't work. But here's the truth. Manifestation is always instant. It's just not how you think. Let's clarify. According to Neville Goddard, there are two parts to manifestation. The first is intention. You decide what you want. An affirmation, a visualization, an idea. That's the least important part. And part number 2 is the bridge of incidents. And here is the real secret. When you set the intention, the bridge is created instantly. The physical result may take time, but the path that leads you to the physical result is activated. The bridge is created immediately. Neville Goddard explains it like this. Even if you don't have the means, if 1,000 people are needed for something to happen, each one will play their part, consciously or unconsciously. And you won't even notice, because the bridge works behind the scenes. And why do people block everything then? Because they get obsessed with the how, among many other things. Instead of walking, they sit on the bridge and begin to doubt. This doesn't happen, this doesn't arrive, this doesn't come. The sign that you're on the bridge is that your inspired action usually seems normal, even irrelevant. It doesn't always make sense. That's why the real magic of manifestation isn't repeating techniques. It's mastering this, living in the present. Because when you're in the now, you're making space for your unconscious, your higher self, God, everyone, to organize what your rational mind can't calculate. With your thinking mind, you can't know how all of this works. The present is the point of power. When you step out of the present, you go back to control, to fear, to rushing, and that's when you stumble. So keep it simple. 1. Set a clear intention. 2. Let go of the how. 3. Move forward. Take a real step every day today. 4. Come back to the present every time anxiety catches you, and you'll start to notice such perfect coincidences that you won't be able to call them coincidences anymore. Write in the comments, I trust the bridge. Also write in the comments, my job is not to build the bridge, my job is to walk it. Let's see, in summary, manifestation is instantaneous because according to Neville Goddard, at the very moment you set an intention, the bridge of incidents of occurrences is created. A sequence of events that takes you from point A to point B, something important to keep in mind so you can live in peace. The physical result may take time, but the bridge, this video, will give you self-confidence. You say, I don't have self-confidence or, for example, self-esteem, so I'm going to tell you something directly. It's not that you lack self-confidence, it's that you lack evidence. Confidence doesn't come from positive thinking, it comes when your brain has proof that you follow through. For example, look at an athlete, a surgeon, or a business person who masters their field. Don't you notice that they walk with confidence? Because they've practiced, trained, failed, and done it again until they have total confidence. And that produces self-esteem, self-confidence, and a good self-image. Most people want to feel confident, but they're not willing to do anything uncomfortable. And here's the key. Your brain is wired for comfort, not for greatness. That's why your body gets scared whenever you try something new. Your body says, this is uncomfortable, this is dangerous, I don't know, I don't want to do it. And that's where most people give up. The solution is simple. Micro daily discomforts that get you on this better path. Don't go from 0 days at the gym to 5 days at the gym. Start with 2 days, 10 minutes, repeat little by little, keep moving forward, because repeated discomfort becomes normal, and what's normal becomes power. And another thing, nobody is watching you as much as you think. People are busy with their own problems, with their own things. The greatest freedom is understanding that you're not that important, that you can act, and if someone looks at you, great, but they're not going to look at you that much, and that's wonderful. If you're a perfectionist, listen to this. Perfectionism is not excellence. It's fear of being judged. And because of that fear, many people never take action, never start, never grow. Start doing this today. Every time your mind says, oh, this is embarrassing, respond, okay, yes, so what? Oh, and if I do it wrong, it doesn't matter. And if I make progress, even better. Because confidence isn't the absence of fear, it's taking action despite the fear. Self-confidence isn't a gift, it's the result of keeping your promises to yourself. Write this in the comments below. Today I choose myself. And tell me what small action you're going to take today to build confidence in the areas where you feel uncomfortable or still haven't built a constructive, positive habit.